So there, as I'm sure we all can see pretty easily here, this is Civilization 5 with all the expansions, and I'm just playing this a little bit because I'm getting a bit bored of being stuck in Civ 6. I just want to jump back into something more familiar, so I'm using the community balance patch. As you can see, that's what this is here. Apparently it wants me to update that, so I'm going to go ahead and do so. If it's looking like it's going to take long, then I'll restart the video, but it shouldn't do. Wouldn't imagine it will. In the meantime, I'm just going to, there we go, talk through a few more of these other mods I'm thinking of using. I'm going to use Frankenciv just because I think it's got a whole lot of talking points in it. I'll be able to go over the benefits of using them to using the individual starter civs that are in the game. This is one that I find fun as well. I'm not going to use it now just because I think it's entirely too broken, and I just use it when I want to maybe do a game with only a few cities. Because increasing that city radius from 3 to 5, just you can complete the game quite easily and win with 1 or 2 cities. Info Addict I think adds a lot of stuff that I don't really require. I'm not using that. I'm using more luxuries just because I think more luxuries is more fun, and I don't have to worry about the fact that it could potentially overpower me because I'm already going to go this mod nation, which basically means I'm going to win anyway. More pantheons, yeah, why not? I don't really think it adds anything particularly game breaking, and in fact I think a lot of the pantheons are pretty weak in the game anyway, so just add a few more of them to try and make sure I'm not getting anything a terrible pantheon. Starting worker actually isn't, it's often not entirely too strong. What I'll use it for is a little bit of scouting extra early on, and it's great if you have any tiles that don't require a particular tech in order for you to use, like putting farms on wheat or putting mines on hills, that kind of thing. Other than that, that's pretty much the only mods I'm going to use here. So we'll just start the game loading up with these mods enabled. It'll take a wee minute or two. I'm actually going to put this game on a very slow pace, possibly not marathon because that takes too long, but probably epic. I feel having things take a little bit longer will give me more time to be able to explain the differences in the game and showcase the different units and buildings and such. I'm going to be able to get access to using this mod nation. This is the main point of the game, so I'm going to set it up. I'm going to choose them here. This glorious Amalgamation, who's apparently Chinese. A large island, I think I'll be changing that. Possibly just do something basic, like some continents. I do like having water on my map, so I'm not going to be going just with a basic Pangea. Get that tilted to hell. Do we have a small continents or type of map? Small continents, yeah, that'll do me nicely. Deity, yes please. As I was explaining before, I'm going to go epic speed, make things take a lot longer. 8 players, that's fine. Advanced setup, take off time wind because I don't really see the point in it. Take that off. Allow policy savings and such. No bad events. Quick combat, quick movement. Without it the game takes far too long. So let's go ahead and load up this bad boy and see what we get as a starting spot. One of the potential and the only downside I can think of if you go in the Amalgamation is because you aren't a set nation in the game, you aren't giving any start bias, in the sense that Arabia are usually given some desert bias, or Brazil are given jungle bias, that sort of thing. It really helps you get the best out of your particular civ. Of course you can click that off in the options, but really require that. I feel that takes away from whatever civ it is you're going to be choosing. Although maybe if you're playing on a random civ, that's when you would go ahead and do that. So this is cool. I've already found where an ancient ruin is, and having a pathfinder as the unique unit from the Shoshone, which replaces the scout. In fact, I'll show you next time when I actually do it, but I'll show you what the pathfinder does that the scout doesn't do. So let me see, I'm just going to stick on yield here. Usually I don't play with this, but I feel it's going to be helpful. Is that just a mountain? Yes, it's just a mountain. I was thinking maybe it was going to be a natural wonder there, but I would have already gotten the pop-up for that, I suppose. So we're going to have a camp here, a camp here, a camp here, a camp here. We're going to have a camp up there as well. I would probably pick a pantheon to do with camps, in actual fact. What was I talking about? If you get any wheat near you for your initial starting worker, that's excellent. But I'm just going to settle in place right now, and already you can see one of the other bonuses from the Shoshone immediately taking place. What I would normally have after settling a city is the initial ring of 6 tiles available for work, but the Shoshone grab extra tiles when they first settle a city. I've already got access to all this stuff. I'm going to go in, I'm going to manually manage my citizens, because that's what I always do anyway. I'm going to lock that there because I'm going to be farming it. Farms take 10 turns on this epic speed. Jesus Christ, what have I set myself up for? What else have we got going there? I tend to start most of my games with an additional Pathfinder or Scout normally, but I'm thinking in the small continents it may not really be necessary. I may scout everything out too quickly. Yes. But no, I'm going to go ahead and do that anyway. With the start I have here, camps are going to be amazing, but I tend to always go pottery first to get the access to the extra buildings and the potential to go straight into writing if I deem that to be the best way forward. So I'm wondering why that next turn took so long. I think it's because the first one always takes longer because other nations are setting up and such. Anyway, I'm going to take these yields back off for now, and I'm going to show you what the Pathfinder does. It allows you a choice of what you're getting from goodie huts rather than just it being so random. Now I'm going to choose technology for my first one because I feel it's a massive bonus just to basically start the game with a free tech. You're already ahead of the curve there. But what that means is next time I pick up an ancient ruins with a Pathfinder, I can't choose new technology. I'm going to have to choose something else. But then the concurrent time after that, I can go back to choosing new technology again. So let's see what it's given me. It's given me mining, which okay means I can access this straight away. It also means I can chop forests straight away, which is going to be really helpful if I decide to try and chase an early wonder. So I could have got, I feel that's probably the best free tech I could have gotten right now actually, other than possibly animal husbandry to show me where the horses were. But that's not too necessary right now because I'm not going to be able to settle a new city for a while. Okay, here's another ancient ruin, so I'll make my way towards that. You're realising I'm able to move more than my 2 movement points if I go in certain directions, that's because I've got the native trait from the Aztecs, which means that I move faster through jungle and forest. So already you can see that the benefits from going in amalgamation are just racking up. So at this point there are many choices. There are benefits to all of these basically. If I choose to upgrade my unit, it doesn't, normally if you upgrade a scout it turns into an archer. If you upgrade a pathfinder, however, it turns into a composite bowman, which if you do that a couple of times at the start of the game with pathfinders, turn them into composite bowmen that are very, very brokenly strong, and you can, in fact, if you have even just 3 of those and maybe a melee unit or 2, you could probably rush a couple of cities and take them quite easily, even on Deity. So that's always a good one to pick. Also, if you're playing with barbarians on, that means that this unit will probably never have a problem with barbarians because it's nice and strong. If you choose the gold, it's useful if you want to buy some of the tiles, if there's a specific tile you don't have access to yet, or if you want to save up to buy settles, which I tend to like to do. The culture is great as well because it can immediately push you into that whatever original civics tree you want and start gaining the benefits of the bonuses from that early. Population in one of your cities again is a wonderful bonus. I'm actually struggling to pick here, there's just so much to all of them, but I'm actually going to go ahead and get the population point in one of my cities, because the lower speed setting you're setting on, that becomes a bigger bonus. I would have been having to wait 16 turns, or I would have been having to wait several turns, especially because I don't have any intrinsically high food yields to start me off with. So yeah, I'm just going to lock these in place as well, put it on production focus because I can. And I'm going to continue onwards. Right, let's take this wee pathfinder and let's find out what else we've got going on. Got another goody hut up there, that's good. I'm already seeing some good terrain around me. Luxuries, excess of the luxuries as well. I'm going to have 3 truffles, which means I can sell those. I'm going to have 3 wines, which means I can sell those as well. That's good, that's good. Let's jump up here, got a wee bit of extra vision. And I've met Greece. I don't like Greece, but that's alright, it doesn't matter. Chances I will be battering him later, and he actually stole my goody hut there. What a little shit he is. Okay, we've found the extra start and settler that they get from being on Deity difficulty. Follow him around, see if for any reason he chooses to abandon it, and then we can steal it, although that's very, very unlikely to happen. We have found Athens, that's good. We can probably steal a worker or 2 here if we feel bold enough. I'm not so sure that I do. I feel like just having a casual game, not being locked into early war. Look how many workers they get early. I mean, normally that would only be 2. It's because I've got the starting worker on, that's so that they've got 3. It also makes it less worthwhile to steal the initial starting worker, to steal a worker from me, because I've already got one, and having 2 at this point in the game, frankly, would just be wasted maintenance costs. Because there aren't really any tiles that need upgrading. So I'm just going to keep scouting about with this guy, find out what's going on. I'm going to find out exactly where they plonked down that extra settler. This is good, my farm is done. So I'm going to jump him over there and we can start working on that mine. get ourselves a little bit of extra happiness, start accumulating some golden age points. 16 tons because it has to chop the forest as well. Do you know what I mean? I just found a national wonder, and I found it before anyone else, so I'll get 500 gold from Spain's unique trait. So again, we're already getting more benefits. One of the benefits I forgot to mention actually is that this +1, we wouldn't be getting that normally. It's from the native bonus from the Celts. When you settle a city next to forests, it provides you with faith. So that's another bonus we're getting that we shouldn't normally be getting anything from. So yeah, you can basically see why I said going this nation just makes you win. As we go through the game, there'll be more and more benefits. Even this steel that I'm building, that's a unique building from Ethiopia. That's a monument replacement. A monument would normally give you 2 culture. This gives you 2 culture and 2 faith. And the pyramid is a unique building from the Mayans. Normally that would just give you faith. That's giving you faith and science. Let's continue scouting. That's good. Let's get him. Oh, it's not. It must be an extra 2 before I can pick for a free tech again. That's a shame. Okay, I'll probably just choose to upgrade this guy, although with me already getting that 500 gold, if I'm choosing gold, I could probably be buying quite an early settler. I'm actually going to go with that. It gives me an extra 70 gold. I think it's 750 at this speed. Oh no, I'm only 73 short of being able to buy. That's only 680. That's awesome. So I should be able to buy myself a very early settler in this game. I found some barbarians and a city state. That's great. We'll go up there and we'll meet them. Where am I going to continue to at this point? Do I want to run quickly up to the camps? I want me to get the best of the good tiles in this city. I'm going to allow me to boost 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles within this city. Probably end up with another city over here by the looks of it. I'll be able to boost that. Tempting. What else? I'd like to uncover iron, but I'm not too worried about it. I'd like to get into writing early as well. Oh, I don't know. There's so many decisions at the start of a game of Civ, and it really can dictate the rest of your game. But I'm going to go for an oldie but goodie. I'm going to go quickly into writing. I love me India. That's a decent one to meet. That's fine. He's not too liable to go into any early war with me. Greece, on the other hand, is. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. I have Demetia. That's good. They are mercantile. I prefer my favoured city state to me as cultural, but hey ho, what are you going to do? Let's get ourselves a free tech. We
So
got
teach us to number our
calendar.
days so that we may apply our thoughts unto wisdom.
Don't want the Stonehenge. We will be gaining enough faith in other ways. And there's a stoneworks. It's not going to benefit any of our cities. And others, plantations, we don't need any of those. That wasn't the best free tech, but in a sense it was one of the best free techs we could have got, because it's a higher value tech than say if we'd gone archery or animal husbandry free, so it actually saved us extra turns, so I'm still happy with that. Right, what we want to do here with Pantheons is probably choose food from camps. I would imagine, but let's just have a look through and see what else we could gain benefit from. Culture from shrines, nah. Silk cotton dyes don't have any. Tundra is crap at the best of times, unfortunately we don't have any. Desert, quite the same. Marble, stone and iron, nope. One production in all those cities basically, nope. Culture from incense, wine, tobacco. We would be gaining some benefit from that because we are going to have access to some wine, but it's really quite negligible. Production from iron, copper and coal, surely we'll end up with some of that, but we don't know where or when. To science from city connections, that's always a good one, but not so much. I used to like picking that. It's a really good boost to your early game, especially if you're going to be settling quickly. But let's see what else we've got. Gold from fish. Not really going to have too many fish, I wouldn't imagine. Stuff from that. Nah. Goes to the harvest is very strong. Let me see this one. Food from deer and bison. See, that's quite a. See, these things are quite strong because it's not actually giving you the plus food from the camp. So even if you haven't, you don't need to waste time setting up the tile improvement in order to gain the benefit. And you're just gaining them from the raw sugar, spices and truffles on the tile. So it's really good actually. But we don't have many of those tiles around. We do have the truffles. But other than that, not a lot. I didn't see one that says it gives you plus whatever from camps. I probably glossed over it. I'm having a quick look. Camps. No. So maybe in fact it's going to have 2, possibly 3 truffles. That's got 2 truffles. That's going to have a truffle. So that's like I started staying there. I'm going to scout them out. Yeah. We're getting quite a bit of food from that Pantheon. Oh, I don't know. Let's just go with it, shall we? Sugar, spices and truffles. Hopefully we'll come across some sugar, some spices, some more truffles. Or we'll just go with the overall. Where is it? Plus 1 food from wheat and 10% faster growth. I feel in the long run that would probably get us more population points, so in the interest of not wasting any more time on this, I'm going to pick that. Right. Yeah, alright, I'll lock that in just now. I'd rather use higher food yielding tiles to start off with, but that is a really good yield of a tile. Scout a bit. Continue scouting a bit. I want to scout out this entire little area here because I feel I'm going to be putting a city there. I like to scout along that way, but I would definitely end up losing the scout, so I'm going to come round in this way. And another barbarian hut. Okay, we'll just jump up on the hill for some exposure here. this is a minor one, but another benefit of this nation is that you can end your turns within city-state borders and not lose any favour with them, because that's a native trait from Greece. That's my steel completed. I feel my granary would be awesome in this city. It would give me the 2 native food from that deer, and that wheat, essentially making that into a 6-yield tile. I need to actually prioritise that. How much faith do I need to get? 300. I feel I can prioritise this. Normally I would go with the pyramid first to start accumulating a little bit more signs and to push my faith out early to ensure I was getting one of, if not the first religion to make sure I could pick the perks that I want. But in this particular city, the granary is going to be really strong, so I'm going to go ahead with that. You jump up in there, you can upgrade yourself, because I've actually found quite a few barbarians now, and I'd like to be able to take some shots at them. You can start coming down this way, meet that other city-state I haven't managed to meet yet. This way is looking like a dead end, and in fact I'm hoping it is, because that will provide me with some safe place to expand into. Come over here and take a wee shot at him. My city can attack, that's good, bang bang. I think they only got 1 movement point. No, they don't. You have to move so I can keep you safe. You have to jump up there. Oh my god, there's loads of them. Right, take a shot at him. And now be promoted, that's good. Another big decision. I tend to go tradition, just, you know, I've already picked the growth pantheon, so I may as well pick, you know, the growth policy trees. Keep the benefits piling up. Open terrain, rough terrain, yes please. Let's kill you so that one of them has to pop back and man the station. You can go back there, because that silly little bugger's moved away. Rather than moving out and pillaging my tiles, it's fine. Fine by me. Yeah, let's continue shooting away at these little guys. Getting ourselves some pretty much free experience. You're a military state, that's not too bad. Hopefully we'll get a free unit or 2 out of those guys. Scouting right into the corner here. I'm going to bring them back and get them rested just because I can. Someone has entered the classical era, that's okay. They're always going to be a little bit in front of you on Deity, but you can catch them up pretty quickly if you do things right, especially with, you know, a broken nation. I found another camp, cool. I'm hoping the letter is going to end up wanting one of these camps cleared, but they haven't yet. Okay, let's go on with that. The pyramid now, and then there we go. Lovely. Look at that tile, that's sexy for so early in the game. going to have to cut this short actually. I need to post up another bit later on today because I thought I was going to have the house to myself to make this recording, but I just heard that someone that I live with is coming home just now, so I'm going to have to stop the recording and go and deal with them.